Hey, how's it going, my good friend? This is Tom Vann. All right, now the reason I'm throwing out these videos, I got a few extra videos for you. I've been hearing back from quite a few people just out there in the world, been watching some of the free stuff, and they're running into a couple of struggles right now. So I thought I'd get into a let's get rid of the struggles quick video series for you. And I wanted to start with communications. All right, I'm calling all this VSM Plus. If you're currently not a member of VSM Plus, the Advanced Training Series, don't worry. You don't have to be to watch all this stuff. You haven't, catapulted into some secret lair that you shouldn't be involved in. This is for you, and it's for you to capture some ideas and see if you like them. If you want to get involved in VSM Plus, I'll tell you how to do that later. But this is just about learning something today. So we're going to talk about VSM Plus communications. All right. Why do sales careers stall or die? Now, folks out there, and you might be one of them, are thinking, God, my sales kind of stalled this month, or they did just last month, and man, I got to get some momentum going. I'm running all kinds of issues, and I trust me, man, I've been receiving lists and lists of different things that people are running into, different issues they're running into wherever they are. I got a lot of folks from Australia and Canada right now that are hitting me with a bunch of extra stuff right now. A few UK stuff, tons of stuff in the United States. That's not like a braggart thing. That's just kind of a weird thing that everyone kind of runs into some of the same cycles along the way. It's actually not all that weird to me, but I thought I'd say it's weird. So I don't know, you might just think I'm lying or something like that, but I do see patterns that follow themselves. It's very interesting stuff. But I want to let you know that's also helped me to get to a couple of things for you. All right. So this is what I find. When your career could be stalling or on the verge of death, or it's already reached there, or combination of the two, I find that one of four things is happening. All right. And mostly one of the four things is that something sucks. All right. Something sucks. And it's probably a little bit of all four of these things. And let's see where you are in any one of these, all right? I don't know where all my writing tools are here, but here's where we go. All right, one of the four of these things suck. Either the dealership sucks, and that could be in management or how their processes are put together that's limiting you, or rules that they're putting on you that don't allow you to expand or get good leads or get bad leads or internet leads or whatever it is. Something sucks inside the dealership. Or the product sucks. Like you're really good at selling something, but they don't seem to stock it. Something like that. The product sucks, or you just hate the product. Maybe the used cars you don't like, or something like that. Or the traffic sucks. Not just necessarily the amount of traffic, but the quality of traffic sucks, all right? That could be true. Or you suck right now. Look, you might suck at this. Or you might suck at some parts of the job or something like that. But I promise you, it's a combination of all these. Most of the time, you know what I find out? You're the number one thing that sucks in it. Now, that doesn't mean that everything that you do sucks. That's not what I'm saying. But let's get it out of the way, because there's no reason for you and I to start mincing words here. This is what happens, all right? Who's in charge of your career? You are, all right? So if you're in charge of your career, it's not going well, then there's quite a few things or some things that you're doing that just suck right now. Maybe you can help these right here, help these three things, but maybe you can't. If you can't, then you're going to have to change and improve you. That's the key part of this thing, all right? So if you suck, just face it, or at least ask yourself the question, hey, do I suck, and what do I suck at, all right? So what I found when it comes to the you, this one over here, the you that sucks, well, it's usually falls into one of these four categories. All right. Now I'm going to put a few videos here together, but I want to show you like different parts of these. Specifically, one of them that has to do with communications is how you can get rid of this part of you that absolutely sucks. All right. But the four pieces that normally suck with people are the method that you're using, the transactional selling method. If you're really not using VSM like you're supposed to, then whatever you're using, a hybrid of something else, or something you say the dealership's using, or something you've learned before, or you just don't quite fully understand VSM, so you're kind of doing your own thing, your gut instinct thing, well, then your method sucks. All right, because if you're not using something like VSM, and there's virtually nothing like VSM, a couple things that are kind of like it, but if you're not using VSM, then your method probably sucks. All right, so that's going to be one of the things. The other thing that I find that people suck at is marketing. Right? They don't know how to market themselves, get themselves out there. They have business cards, they hand them everywhere, that type of thing. Tom, I'm handing out my business card everywhere. That's not marketing. All right? How you do it matters. Where you do it matters. Who you do it with matters. Who you target matters. It's got to be a heck of a lot more than business cards, because most people take business cards and boo, they just toss them. They don't keep that stuff. Or they wrap them in a huge, huge rubber band with like 50, 60, 70 others, and they just keep them there, So marketing usually sucks. What else sucks? Attitude. Right? Or your attitude sucks. So your method, your marketing, your attitude sucks. But this is the one I want to focus on quite a bit here, is your voice. All right, now I'm not talking about tonality and all that stuff. I've got a couple other videos, you may have already seen them, about tonality, how you measure it. But this is about voice, your real voice, the one that comes from inside here. A lot of what you find, and that I talk about a lot in VSM, but I talk a lot about it in VSM Plus and a lot about it when I'm doing private one-on-one sessions with people, is that I talk about you being able to find that real voice inside of you, the one where you've already discovered, or you're able to discover your own humanity inside you, and you're able to connect with the humanity in others. Now, that might sound like some big philosophical thing that I just said, but it's really not. It's where you find trust. And trust is found where you find truth in yourself. Now, again, that's perspective. I know it. And truth in others is perspective. But when both parties are really trying, and you're able to use a voice that's yours, language that's yours, that's when you really start connecting with people. All right. Now you might say, Tom, what is all that crap you're talking about, man? Give me the magic sauce, man. What's the thing I should say when the client says this? Well, there is some of that to be had. But really, this is about you and what you say and how you say it, the words that you use. For instance, right now, I just said what? There's some stuff that sucks here. And guess what? You suck. All right? Now, I'm not thinking that you're on the other side of this video going, this Tom, what an a-hole, what a jerkweed he is. Right? I don't think you're saying it. I think you're going, God, that kind of surprised me. Tom said I suck. I wonder what he really means. Now, hopefully that means you kind of trust me, because I'm just saying it like I say it. And you can see that as I'm going through this, it's a bit off the cuff. I don't have this all scripted out like some of the fancy schmancy trainers out there that are still talking the game from 30 years ago. I'm talking about what you do today, what works today with today's market, today's culture, right? Today's culture of wide-angle communications, right? So method, marketing, attitude, voice. Voice is the foundation of all this other stuff. All right, where do you find yourself? What words do you use, right? When do you put sentences together and how you do them? And you're going to have to do those in multiple mediums. I almost missed that word, all right? There's another M, right? What are those mediums? Now I'm going to kind of chop this up here a little bit. But those mediums are texting and email. And yes, face-to-face. F to F. You'll just have to remember, that's it. Face-to-face. And in written copy. You'll have to remember, copy means written copy. That could be in something that you put, on a piece of paper, you put in a card, you put in an e-newsletter, or a paper newsletter. There's no reason to use those anymore, by the way. But there's a couple reasons, but they're not good enough to keep doing them. But whatever it is you're writing, all right, now you're going to write an email, you're going to write in text, but sometimes that's different. Right? But I want to teach you just a bit and give you some tips and such. What type of words do you use that are really your words? Or how do you respond to people so you respond in a language that works? Not flowery, not in you trying to be a so-called professional, which usually that sucks, right, when you try to do that stuff. All right, so I'm going to go through a couple of things when we go through the next video so you can see exactly what I use, what I teach people, and what's gotten people, even in tougher markets where you don't have as much traffic or you don't know what to do, you're starting to panic or you can't pay your bills. Hold on. Don't panic. You'll be able to pay your bills. You just got to follow some of these key things that I'm saying, and some of them are just small tweaks that you're going to be able to use in your texting, in your emails, in your face-to-face workings inside a transaction with the client. Don't worry, I'll never minimize that. And the written copy that you use. We're going to start using language that's more like you, so the people on the other side of that language, when they respond, when they hear, when they see, when they read, their emotions are, wow, this person's different. Wow, this person's unique. You're different. You're trustworthy when I don't see it, I don't feel it from other salespeople that I run into, and then a connection is built. The connection's built, the trust is built, and once you have connection and trust, now you can move on through a transaction by using a method like VSM that allows you to hit what? Huge penetration ratios and huge gross profitabilities. You need both. I know you do. So I'm going to go through some totally free stuff here so you get it totally. All right? So if you don't understand everything that I've said here, please rework this, rewatch it, find out what it is, so the next video you get, you'll get it sometime in the next 24 hours, and we're really going to start honing it down and getting into some very fine detailed stuff where you're going to go, wow, Tom, now that's powerful. That's huge free training stuff. I've never heard anything like that, but I can use it immediately. That's what you're going to say, because that's how it goes when I train this particular program and this particular stuff. And what we'll just call this, we'll call this the voice series. I just made that up, all right? I don't even know what's good. I just spit on the camera guy here, or not my camera guy, my voice guy here or something. Like by the way, my voice guy, that sounds like it's some professional or something like that, all right? If you saw this guy, you go, this guy's he's about as big as a moron that I am, you know. but anyway, so we're gonna do a bit of a voice series, all right? So watch for it. You'll get it in the next 24 hours. Make sure you put me on your white list, all right? That means when I send emails, make sure they're always approved, because if I get in your junk mail, man, you're going to miss out on some very powerful stuff. Okay, so anyway, there you go. This is Tom. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. I hope you can get this in your head, get it in your heart that, yeah, maybe you suck, that you got to work on these 4 things, right? One thing you can do between videos, work on your attitude. It isn't all those things around you. It's not the weather, and it's not the car, it's not the dealer, your manager, and all that stuff. They're part of it. Nah, it's you. Your attitude will find it. And then we'll just start rocking, all right? We're going to rock heavy over this next 2-3 days or something, and we're going to get the rest of this month pounding out some strong numbers for you, okay? Anyway, this is Tom. Talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Adios.